Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Cool Dad. I'm sorry I look a little rough today. I was getting some work done, working on the creation station, which is where I make all the magic happen other than here. And if you want to see some more about that, that'll be on the Patreon page for my Patreon, so patreon.com/thecooldad. Feel free to check it out. Bear with me. I did start the rice before I started the video, simply because I've already done a video on making rice. However, I could do a full video just about making rice, but that's okay. Tonight, we are making our first culinary counterfeit. I am doing the Mongolian beef from PF Chang's. Everybody says it's a must-have, and I've done this one before. It actually comes out really good. And to be quite honest, I almost like mine a little bit better. I follow the recipe from PF Chang's almost exactly. The only difference I usually do is I prefer olive oil to soy oil. Soy oil and me don't really get along well, just to be quite honest about it. The other difference today is the scallions that I looked at this morning. I'd stopped at two different stores, and the scallions were, let's just say they were not great. They were not a great selection today. So there will be no scallions in this, but normally there will be scallions in this. So I'm looking over at the at the rice on the stove, I admit. But we're gonna make it and we're gonna enjoy it. So let's drop on down and I'll start making the dinner. Okay, I'm going to start with prepping the meat. For this dish, I've seen a few different opinions. Personally, I find that flank steak tends to come out a little bit better, a little bit more tender. So we're using flank steak. Now, you don't want to just throw it in like this, you want to cut it. And generally you want to cut across the grain. It's going to give you a little bit better texture in the overall scheme of things. And as always, affiliate links to my knives and cookware will be in the description of the video. Now, I like to make nice thin-ish strips. I find it easier on the fork and on the plate. And if I pop out a frame for a second and I don't edit it out, it's because I'm dealing with the rice. New stove, still got a learning curve. God, these knives are just amazing. I am working with almost 2 pounds of flank steak here. You cook whatever works for you. I like to gobble this stuff down, so for me 2 pounds works. I will not eat it all tonight, don't worry. Round is a shape, but it's just not the shape I want to be. I'm working on that. And one of the things I honestly, not to turn this into a weight loss seminar, but one of the things I found helps me with the weight is cooking at home more often. Because you know what you're getting. You're getting, I think in general, better food, healthier food, less additives and ingredients that you don't really want to be a part of. So that, if you're concerned about weight, this could definitely be the way you want to go. I see a lot of people do their meal prep every week. I'm actually going to cut this in half now. I think somehow I ended up going with the grain, but yeah, it's going to be one of those days. As long as it's in thin strips, we're happy. I'm so used to my old knives, I keep wanting to cut like it's not cutting through the first shot. There we go. Okay, where is, let's get in there. I will be popping out a frame in a minute here, I think. So, I'm watching the rice. Now, if you guys think I should do a full video just on making rice, feel free to drop a comment down below and tell me, #RiceSquad. While we're at it, I'll talk about The Patreon page is up and running. I will be putting like behind the scenes type stuff there. Additional content that won't be on the general YouTube channel for the most part. Once in a while I may take something and then after it's been up on Patreon, move it to YouTube if it's something I think is worth sharing with everybody. But generally the Patreon content is going to be exclusively for my patrons as a thank you for your support and helping me achieve my dream. So that is a lot of steak here. God, it's a beautiful thing. All this amazing protein. So my steak is prepared. My rice is almost there, so I'm going to do a quick cutout. You guys won't notice a thing except a quick jump and deal with my rice and be right back. Okay, now I'm back. Sorry about that, I had to deal with the rice. So what we're going to do first, now that our beef is prepped, let me check my framing here because I hate being out of frame. It happened last time and I don't want to do it again. There we go. Now I got you all in frame. So we're doing 3 tablespoons of olive oil to start. We're going to pop that in the pan. Tablespoon. And my advice is find something to put your olive oil in that's not quite so large. Usually that has a handle on it, which makes life easier. This one didn't. Okay, what do we got? 1, 2, 3. And a splash extra, yeah, I won't deny that. Okay. Get in there. So, we are going to, large burner, I'm going to put this on about a 5.5 and start heating that up. Then we'll start adding in the rest of our ingredients. I've got the rice on a timer. So we're going to let this heat up and be right back to start cooking. Okay, so our pan is hot. We're going to start adding our meat. Well, maybe it's not quite as hot as I was hoping it was. Basically, I'm just going to dump the meat in there as it's heating up. It's okay, I bleached the crap out of it earlier. That's a little thick, you know. I'm going to, oh, that's 2, that's why. Okay. That's a lot of meat. Okay, I move these over to the sink. Quick wash your hands. My hand towel is in the wash still. So, it's paper towel day. Okay. Clean as you go. It'll make your life easier in the long run. Now, we're going to listen for our steak to start cooking. You'll know when it's starting. So, we're going to do a little bit of a fast forward, high speed, montage, whatever you would like to call it, to get to where the steak's cooked. Here we go. Bam! Okay, so our meat is now cooked. Next step, there we go. Damaged my thumb a little bit today, so it's not working as well. We are adding 1.5 teaspoons of garlic. I used to use a half teaspoon. And 1, 2, 3, And this is usually the point where I go ham, because I say you can never have too much garlic. But because I'm doing a culinary counterfeit, I follow the rules on this one. Put the top back on the garlic. I'm just going to kind of stir that in real quick. You can see all the beef juice in there. There we go. I know I do a non-meat episode, and here I am right back at it again with flank steak. Go figure. Just what I happen to have on hand. So, now that that's in there, we're going to add the next group of ingredients. We're going to add teaspoon. Where'd my teaspoon go? There it is. Okay. 3 teaspoons of rice wine. 1, 2. Fair warning, if you're over the steam, it will be warm. We're going to add 6 ounces. Shoot, I knew I missed something. There we are. Nope, that's metric. God dang. Oh, 20 ounces. There we go. 6 ounces of soy sauce. Of course, we only use Kikkoman in this house. It is the best. Which is about 3/4 of a cup for anybody that's interested. Oh, yeah. It's already smelling amazing. And let's see, we have to put in, where'd it go here? 6 tablespoons of sugar. I know, sugar makes, but I'll tell you, when you taste it, you understand why. What is it? 6, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is one of the few times you'll see me using measuring implements, is when I'm doing a culinary counterfeit. There we go. Okay. Let me stir that all in. There we go. Now comes the fun part and another speed up montage, or whatever you would like to call it. What we're going to do now is kind of let it all reduce or simmer down until the sauce thickens and becomes much less fluid, because we want a nice thick sauce here for our beef. That's where a lot of this, the flavor and the goodness comes from. So while I let that cook down, we'll go a little high speed for you. So here we go. Bam! Okay, so we are just about where we want it to be. Now, if you look up an actual recipe like I've done, a lot of times they'll tell you you want to reduce this down until there's no actual fluid left in the pan. I personally like to leave a little bit because I like the sauce on the rice. Again, that's me. So let's add our last, well, almost last ingredient. 1.5 teaspoons of sesame oil, sesame seed oil. 2, 3, yeah, and a couple of squirts for what stays in the spoon. Okay, those will go in there. And now, I'm sure during the high-speed segment, you saw me fiddle with the stove here and there. As I've said before, new stove, I'm still learning how it works. I'm still learning the best levels for it. So I'm going to spin this camera around a little bit, and I'll plate this up so you guys can see that, and then we'll come up top. Okay, now I'm setting this up as to go for now. What I want to do is take a generous helping of meat. We're almost there. The reason I do it this way is I get to skip the oil. The oil's good for cooking it, but I'm not a big fan of eating a whole. I mean, there's don't get me wrong, there's oil in it. You'll eat some oil, but there we are. Oil doesn't reduce the same way everything else does. Boom, there we go. Now, let me set this over here for now to cool down. Now, the final ingredient that I like to put on, I think this is more of a garnish, and this would go really nice with the greens if I could have found the scallions today, but I'm not going to cry over, no decent scallions to be found in the market. I like to add sesame seeds. Oops, wrong one. Why? Because it's Asian and it looks good. There we go. And bam, there you have it, folks. We have the Culinary Counterfeit of PF Chang's Mongolian Beef. Okay, I'll bring it up top. Let's wrap this up. I'm going to say it again. You guys get lucky. You get to skip through the boring parts. Unless you want to cook this. But you know what? The boring parts are worth it, because in the end, it makes a really good meal. And actually, because I haven't done this yet, I need to verify my cooking. A small piece here. Hot. Oh my God. Hot. But very good. Damn, it's good. I do miss the scallions, to be honest. But again, no use crying over bad scallions, wrapped scallions. So we've made another great dish that's fun to share, tasty, and something that everybody can pretty much enjoy. Is it easier to go order it? Probably. Cost-wise, I would say depending on what you use. If you use flank steak like I did, cost-wise it's going to be a little cheaper to do at home. If you use like a lower cost piece of steak, something less expensive, I've seen some say tenderloin, you may find it's cheaper to do it at home than to go buy it there, but it is a lot of effort. So I understand, if you want to do it once in a while for special occasions, that's the time to do it. Me, I just do it because I like it and I love to cook. So, I think we've covered everything. Again, affiliate links for my cookware and my knives will be down below in the description. If you'd like to support the channel, please like this video if you like what you see. Give it a share, subscribe to my channel, ring that little bell so you know every time I put up a new video. If you're interested in supporting the channel financially and helping me with my dream, please check out my Patreon page. Link will be in the description. Patreon.com/thecooldad. It's pretty simple. Link will be in the description. And I'm trying to think if I missed anything. And if you do decide to become a patron on Patreon, there will be added bonus features at least once a week. I'll be putting something up for you guys. So you'll get that extra content. Like I said, as a teaser, the extra content that will be going up this week will be what I'm doing, building my new desk for my creation station, where I sit down to do all the editing and make all the magic happen that isn't the food. But always remember, folks, when you can bring people together over food, amazing things can happen. So get some people together, make some food, because food is life, life is good. Let's eat some more. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next week. Be good.